Good morning. I'd like to call the regularly scheduled meeting of the Board of Selectmen for Monday, January 6th, 2020. With that, a Happy New Year as well. Charles, if you would, lead us, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Charlie. Item 2, public forum. Anyone wishing to address the board in public forum? Hearing none, we'll move on to item 3, and that is to approve minutes. 3.1 would be the regular meeting minutes of the Board of Selectmen on December 16th, 2019. Is there a motion?
So moved.
And a second.
Second.
Comments, questions, changes, etc.? I had none. None?
Excellent.
None? Call the question. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, recusals, hearing none, motion carries. Item 4, Public Works Director Tom Fillion, who is not here. Tom is out ill today, so I spoke with him and Ralph Casey earlier this morning, so I'll handle this as I've got some familiarity with it. 4.1 is to consider take possible action on the purchase and installation of a surveillance system. As you may recall, this was part of our capital budget last year. The concern at the time was we have no ability to track who's coming and going, and we've got a pretty significant investment down there. Our previous camera system died. We had 3 bids. They're choosing the lowest bidder. And are there any specific questions?
I'm assuming that the new system will have the ability to grow.
Yes.
If we had
Yes.
just a matter of adding more cameras.
Good. And this is it's compatible with the technology that they're using, that the town is using elsewhere. The police and fire department are using for their, so we can not only is it compatible, but those IT resources are familiar with it, so there's some backup for Tony. So.
Okay.
I have just one comment. I'm going to recuse myself. I believe this company has been a client of my office sometime in the past, and Mr. Liozzi as well, so recuse myself from the vote.
Okay.
Okay.
Good.
Good. All right. Good. All right, is there a motion to approve the purchase of a surveillance system from Advanced Alarm Security Systems in the amount of, the low bidder, and the amount of $9,695?
So moved.
Second.
Call the question, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, abstained, recusals here.
Recusal here.
Recusal. Motion carries. Item 4.2, this is a new item. Because last year we had approved nearly $21,000 for the camera surveillance system, and it came in significantly under. The commission and Tom have been looking for some time to procure a power washer to assist in the cleaning of trucks, most particularly the sweeper. We already had to replace the bristles once because we haven't been unable to effectively clean that. So this is diverting some of those funds saved from the eventual cost of the camera system. Now you see the cost is $9,128, so it's still below the amount. And based on the recommendation of the commission, they've sole sourced this particular unit. It's used by other public works organizations. This is a pretty high-end one. Charlie?
I know that this washing system for the trucks has been on their wish list for a while, a necessary wish list.
Right.
I'm concerned about where this is going to be as far as
They're still using it in that makeshift bay that they've created there.
they have a containment
Yes.
area
Right,
and that
same,
type
right.
of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, all right. They have that part of it
Yeah.
covered. All right.
Anything further? No? So effectively, we're approving the sole sourcing and the contract.
Well, this way, if we were to, if we were to move forward in a wash bay,
Right.
would a piece of equipment like this
Still be of value.
could be part of it or something?
Absolutely, as a standalone,
Yeah, I think,
and integrated.
Hopefully that's, even though it's
you know, a while out, we were anticipating a change at some point, so hopefully everything that we buy going forward will hopefully not be
Obsoleted.
obsolete.
Right.
Or, I mean, some things might wear out between now and a move, but
Be compatible.
yeah,
Compatible,
yeah,
right.
right.
How about the issue of being big enough to handle other trucks, i.e. fire trucks?
This device is significant enough. It's taking care of the the big what is it, 12-wheelers, 12-wheel dump trucks. So,
So they have looked at that end of it. It's not a matter of just they had 10,000, so they found a machine
No.
there for 10,000.
now this is the one. This is the one that most of the public works facilities and that Tom
Okay.
has talked to.
All right, as long as the commission and everybody has
Yeah.
looked at those
Yeah,
points.
I was wondering if this was something that we could offer to other towns, possibly bring in some cash, but if
Yeah.
everybody else is using it
It's
already,
using these types,
it's
yeah.
not. Yeah.
All right. So is there a motion to approve purchase? Yes.
Just asked, did the Public Works Commission? get
Yes.
that?
Yeah, because you
Okay.
just say aye.
In fact, the Public Works Commission is the one that came, Mark Larkins came to me and said, we need this.
Perfect.
We're ruining the bristles on our sweeper truck.
Okay.
So,
Makes sense.
Just that the letter is addressed from Tom. It says aye. Okay.
all right, so is there a motion to approve the purchase?
So moved.
Second.
Gonna make this the shortest meeting on record.
Yes,
isn't it?
New Year.
It's a new year, we got things to do,
It's gonna
people
be
to see.
8:15 when we leave.
Call the question, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstaining, recusals, hearing none, motion carries. Item 5, consider and take possible action on the proclamation declaring January 2020 as a mentoring month in the town of Guilford. This is an annual process, I think, that we've done at least a couple of years that we've been constituted. And I think it's appropriate to take the opportunity to point out that the mentoring program is wildly successful in this community. And it's wildly successful because of the number of volunteers. And I know there may be some folks on this board and in this audience who participate in the mentoring program to provide some of the youth in our community who may not have the most appropriate adult role models, or it needs to be enhanced or supplemented. So I greatly appreciate the efforts of those who participate.
As a past mentor, proudly move this motion.
Good.
Second.
Any further discussion or comments?
Fantastic.
Good. Call the question. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, recusals, hearing none, motion carries. Item 6, appointments and resignations. 6.1 is to remove from table and take possible action on the appointment of Ava Suntok as an alternate to the Conservation Commission, or appointment of Scott Williams as an alternate to the Conservation Commission. As you may recall, well, first off, is there a motion to remove it from the table?
So moved.
Second.
Call the question, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. As you may recall, there was we were asked to table this at our December meeting, and owing to the fact that Scott Williams, who was an alternate, who was a member of the commission for a number of years, had expressed interest in going back on. So the Democratic Town Committee has asked that we approve Scott Williams to fill the alternate on the conservation team.
Evidently, just looking at the two applications, evidently Scott termed out from serving on inland wetlands.
I believe he did.
So you're saying he was on confirmation?
He's been on the Conservation Commission as well
Conservation in the past.
in the past. And apparently.
Has somebody been, I'm assuming that
They've worked with
DTC
Ava.
has worked it out with her. also.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Because
That was
I hate
the-
to see a new volunteer.
I would like
Absolutely,
that too,
yeah.
right?
Ask and ask that
So what does
question.
that mean, worked it out with her?
She understands that she's not gonna get that slot, and they're working on another board or commission for her to fill.
Okay. Because I had exactly that same note. First, somebody new with fresh perspective, I mean, it's not a bad thing. So she still wants to participate.
Yes.
And the nominating folks are gonna find a slot for her.
Exactly.
Sounds good.
Anything further? All right, is there a motion to approve the appointment of Scott Williams as an alternate to the Conservation Commission?
So moved.
In a second.
Second.
Call the question, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, recusals, hearing none, motion carries. Item 7, committee reports. No. Sandy?
I have one thing.
Please.
A week from today, January 13th, at 7 o'clock at the library, we will have another open information session about the progress of the affordable housing project that we've been working on through the Housing for Economic Development Plan Committee. At that meeting, we will introduce NeighborWorks New Horizons, who is the not-for-profit developer who was selected after an extended search for a developer. Part of that, the team of NeighborWorks New Horizons is Patrick and Associates, architectural firm based in New Haven. Principal owner Karen Patrick, who happens to live in Guilford. That's not why she was selected, but I'm just sharing the information about her firm. So she'll be there as well. Something else, I was on a little roll there. NeighborWorks New Horizons is a company not unfamiliar to people in Guilford, as they have worked with a very successful affordable housing project that is on Apple Tree Lane, just off Long Hill Road, and also has about 30 individual units spread throughout the town. Again, we did not necessarily just pick them because they had a relationship with Guilford. We did an extensive search, and they seem to be the most appropriate firm to work with. So I invite anyone to come to the meeting at the library a week from today at 7 o'clock. Thank you.
Now, is that a meeting that's going to discuss where they're going or what they've done?
No, we kind of know where they're. Oh, you mean where they're going philosophically? It's to meet.
All right.
Excuse me. It's to meet the developer and to have them give a short presentation of how they manage these projects and how people get on the list, and a lot of questions that people may have, and also to meet the architect and just to.
So it will be both the administrative things and the physical development?
Yeah, we don't
Discussion
have an
about-
actual design plan yet, because it's still, we have thoughts of how the project might look. So we can still, we're happy to listen to any thoughts that anybody might have about that. So again, and I know this is like a repetitive sentence on my part, but there's many processes to go through for this project to be successful, and periodically we want to just have an opportunity for the public to respond.
Again, approximately how many units are we striving for?
We're looking between 16 and 20. It depends on how many 1-bedroom versus 2-bedroom versus 3-bedroom. So,
Okay.
and again, we still have to comply with site constraints or positive zoning and wetlands, and the fact that part of the land was a former landfill, and we're aware of all that. So it's within all those.
Well, that and some discussions later in the meeting are relevant, I think.
Right.
Right.
Okay, exactly. Good.
That's
Thank
it.
you. Thank you, Sandy. Anything else, committee? Correspondence? Anybody with anything? No? Quiet. Old business? Anyone with old business? New business? Anyone other than the agenda item here? 10.1, and that is to add an item to the agenda, which is to discuss and take possible action on possible purchase of property. Executive session will be required. Before we go to that, does anyone want to address the board in public forum? Because we'll probably end the meeting just immediately after coming out of executive session. Hearing none, is there a motion to go into executive session?
I'll make the motion.
Excuse me. Is there a motion to add the item to the agenda?
So, second.
Call the question. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, abstained, refusals, hearing none, motion carries. Is there a motion to go into executive session? We're going to invite Gary McElney, Kevin McGee, and Pam.
Keith is on his way.
Was that?
Keith Bishop.
Is on his way.
Yeah, join us when we get there.
I'll make the motion to go into executive session, and understanding Mr. Bishop will arrive once we're in executive session.
Is there a second? Call the question. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, refusals, hearing none, motion carries.
I'm coming back.
We'll come back, yeah.
Oh, yeah, sorry, go.
Is there a motion to come out of executive session?
So moved.
Second.
Call the question, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstaining, recusals, hearing none, motion carries. There was no action taken and no action is going to be taken in open session as a result of the executive session. We've already had public forum, therefore I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make that motion.
And seconded, call the question, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstaining, recusals, hearing none, motion carries. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Good discussion. Very good discussion.
Oh, really?